made man in his image to be a worker.
And
then he gave man work to do. And we see that from the Bible for 6 days God was working. So it means that work in the agenda of God is something very, very important. That's why it's very sad these days when you see young men and women who don't want to work, they just want to enjoy life. Because even God was working for 6 whole days and only rested for 1 day. So why do you want to always play and have fun? In the book of Proverbs, the teacher said, he who does not work should not eat. And we come to the New Testament. Paul was admonishing the believer. He said that when I was with you, I, your pastor, even I didn't put any burden on any of you. But with my own hands, to set an example for you. It's important that we get it into our minds that whilst we are on the earth, God expects us to work. And that is one of the ways that we can bring glory to His name. The Bible teaches that whatever your hands, the Bible teaches us that whatever your hands finds to do, do it as unto the Lord. That means that even the secular work we do, teaching, farming, mechanic job, all of it, God is saying that we should do it as unto the Lord. Now I want to establish here that there is dignity in labor. There is honor in working. There is no work that we do that is not honored. We live in a society where we have elevated certain kinds of jobs. Some jobs we look down on it because we think it's not important. If you have a career day, like the time that children in school invite their parents to come and talk. You will see that most of the people who talk will be doctors, lawyers, etc. You will not find any child's parents I'm a garbage collector or I'm a sanitation man. Even if a child's parent goes and says that, you become the laughing stock of the school. Why? Because you have a wrong mindset that certain jobs are important. Most of the time, how do we classify which jobs are important? Mainly it's because of how much money they make. Money is important, but money is not the main thing when it comes to work. What we need to understand is that what defines the importance of a work is the impact it makes on people. So that garbage man The person who collects rubbish from the streets.
Nia osisa enura efi krom no.
He may not be making a lot of money.
Onya sika bebre.
But if for 1 month he decides that he will not collect the rubbish, you see
the
mess.
Se bosome ba ko na so tu ne ho si ho se adwuma na me ye me konkoye bioma.
You see the mess that comes around the
Obe hu se kronum nyina ya basa.
All right, so we established that man was created to be a worker.
You be hu se ye boni pasa onye adwuma.
We've established that all work is important.
Ye ka se adwuma ni nyina ho nia.
So why is it that we find so much unemployment around us?
Adentina ye hu se nipa bebre nana ewo ye mu omu enye adwuma.
The fact of the matter is that there are not enough jobs.
Adwuma bebre nana enyi ho.
It is not new.
Enye ade foforo.
Long before we were born,
Ewo ho da dansa na ye wu ye.
we will die and go. There will still be not enough jobs.
Adwuma bebre nana enyi ho.
That's just the fact of the matter.
Eno enye eno na enye ono na ye asama ehunia.
But when I say there's not enough jobs, it's not that there's not enough things to do.
So kase adwuma bebre ni wa na che se on plan che se adwuma ni ho ayebeye.
What I mean by there's not enough jobs is that there's not enough of the kind of jobs that we want to do.
Ya opese o kan se adwuma na ye pese ye no bebre nana enyi ho.
There is always something to do.
Abribia bibi wo ho obeye.
The question is, are you actually willing to do it?
Asembise ni se wo pese wo ye ana.
So I'm a petroleum engineer.
I am petroleum engineer.
I was in a class of 53 people.
Oh, ni 53 and the what classroom.
The time I finished school, we just discovered oil. The time I finished school,
Abra owie school no.
we just found oil.
Onya yenya ayo ewo Ghana ha.
So the job market was really not there.
Enu ti adwuma no eni ho.
So maybe out of the 53 of us, there was jobs for 10 people.
E bia nipa 53 na ewie school no. Nipa dupe e na obenya akwanya ye adwuma. Na so mo nyina mo ye adwuma baako.
So what's going to happen to the remaining 43 people?
Nkaina aka no die na ebe to omo.
Are they supposed to just sit in the house?
Omo betina fie keke ana.
So if we all want to make up our mind that we will only do the kind of jobs we want to do,
Say nyina ye ya dwi se adwuma ye pese ye no onu pe na ye be ya.
then it means that those 43 people will just be in the house unemployed.
Na che se nipa 43 nka ni nyina betina fie so omo ni adwuma ye.
So today I want us to renew our mind and begin to see things from a different perspective.
Enwimriwa opese yesisa ya dwen ye hu ade foforo.
Everybody has a dream job.
Obi bia wora ewo da yesum adwuma bi.
Sometimes our dream jobs can become our identity.
Eto de bia da ya yesum efa adwuma bi ho no betumi aye ade a wo se ye.
So we can wake up and decide that I want to be a pilot.
Metumi asori da kono makase me pese me ye pilot.
For whole life you want to be a pilot.
Me fie nyinara pese me ye pilot.
That has become your identity.
Enne aye wani so ade hu.
You've gone to school trained to be a pilot.
Wa ko school wa ko sua ade se o pese o ye pilot.
But what if something happens along the way and you cannot be a pilot again?
Ye funny say bibi atu okwema wentumi ambe ye pilot no.
Does that mean that for the rest of your life? Let's assume it happens when you are only 24 years.
Ye funny say ade ni to abra wo 24
So
years.
does that mean that for the rest of your life you'll be unemployed?
O pese wo ka say wo fie de nyina aka nyinara. O be yo bi o betina fie say mi ni adwuma ye.
I want us to understand that our jobs cannot become.
O pese aka che say ye adwuma entumi nye ye identity.
I want us to understand that our jobs cannot become our identity.
O pese aka che ye say ye adwuma entumi nye ye identity.
You must be willing must be willing and fluid to adapt to changing circumstances.
I was there, yeah, to me, as
So as young people growing up, that's one of the qualities that we really need to develop early.
And until I was saying, yes, sir, I do not intend.
Maintain an open mind.
Sir, Obama, what you move at double.
Keep a wide perspective.
My what you move MBA.
So the fact of the matter is that when you are very young, you don't even really know what you want to do for your life. As you begin to grow, you discover that some of the things you even thought of yourself, it's not really you. So it's important that as you are growing up, allow yourself to explore the opportunities that are around you. The truth of the matter is that the work environment is hard. Even those who are working don't find it easy. Let's look at some of the challenges that people face in the working environment. Because the temptation is that you see people driving around in big cars, spending money, and you assume that that is all there is to it. The reality is that those people, if they are earning their money correctly, have to pay a high price to get that money. So, what are some of the challenges to face in a normal corporate environment? So, depending on the kind of work you do, one of the main things you face is stress. Stress is very serious. Stress is very serious. But it's something that most people take for granted. Now, even those who are not working can find themselves under stress. Even the process of even looking for a job can be a very stressful time. You need to understand that when you enter into the corporate world, after you have found a job, stress is one of the things you have to deal with. Another thing that you will be facing most of the time is got to do with communication. The world is changing. Previously, you grew up in one village, you work there, you know the people you are working with, you all understand each other. Nowadays, almost certainly, no matter what work you do, you'll be forced to work with people from different places. Different backgrounds. Different belief systems. So, I'm a Christian. And the work I do, everybody. Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, traditionalists. People who don't care. One of the things you have to learn is to respect people's beliefs. In the workplace, especially in the corporate work environment, you have to learn to understand that people are coming there to do work. So you cannot allow your personal beliefs to become a barrier. Doing your work effectively. You cannot say because I'm a Christian, this person is that, so the tension between you.
To me, because essence of me, Christian, now where you go, so many tell me to me, any Juma.
One of the things you must learn clearly and quickly is that you need to respect people's beliefs and people's affiliations.
I did back also who said, I was so good, Nipa, Nijidia, said Nipa, Tibiara.
Another thing you need to understand is that it's very difficult to work with people from different backgrounds because
I did back also who said, I ain't said, when you go for me, I'll move baby for
our backgrounds affect the way we understand things.
Yeah, baby, I hear no, I put here. So
you need to be flexible and tolerant.
And until I was there, Uma, when you daho, a prepiara.
When people are talking to you and sharing their opinions with you,
Sankofu eno kasa na omuchra wase muchra wa.
You have to learn not to take things too personal.
I was there usia bibi free nipa ni nchen.
Because maybe where you grew up, talking a certain way is disrespectful.
Baby, I won't know. What Casawa, Tibiabima, and ya opuo.
And where that person is coming from, talking that way is normal.
Baby, I sani panisufrino, or Casasa ancestry.
When I started working, one of the things I struggled with was my company is a first name policy. It's not like Mr. This, Mr. That. No matter how old you are, they call you John, Kofi, etc.
Baby, I brought a share you must know. Baby, anyway, I ever frost Mr. Say. Me, I went to say your body, Mr. John, Sister Grace, not your body. Grace. Your body, John Grace.
That is the policy of the company.
A human no.
So when you come from our background, where you have to say Mr. At first, when you're the younger one, can be difficult. And even if you're the older person and you find yourself in that environment and all these small boys are calling you John, if you don't really understand what is going on, that can create issues for you.
Yeah, funny say, oh, you're penny. Now, so what go rest a human no. Yeah, for Obubiara and Captain Bonwa. I bet you I'm a human.
So that brings me to the next thing that we need to learn quickly, the ability to learn and relearn.
And yet, I dear Bako say, yes, in them, they is ye.
We should be willing to study our environment.
I was saying, yes, baby,
and pick up the good things that are there.
Yes, now you're funny,
and let go of the old things that you have accepted but are not really working now.
Na yenje ni adeda da ya dia tu asesia enye adwuma biom.
It is very important.
Ehun ye.
Because if you're not able to do that, you'll not be able to work effectively with people.
Some says, when to me anya sajana, to me any nkofo enye adwuma.
Another thing you need to understand is when you're in the corporate environment, age does not really matter.
I did my boss, oh, I was so when he said, one feed you away, and who ain't here.
So you don't go and use your age to try to bully people.
Want to make a say, many children, but the better was so.
But most likely, you'll be working for people who are much younger than you.
Yes. When you go for a year, you might have been more when you tell.
Whether they're younger than you or not, you give them the respect that they
so almost so, and that's when you tell, I was so with you, poor and my own.
Another thing we need to learn and use in the corporate environment is our ability to adjust quickly.
I think about what I was saying, yes, she said.
We need to adjust ourselves quickly. Sometimes we have the tendency to become one way of doing things.
I told them, I dream.
So maybe you have been working in a particular company for 5 years. And there's a way that things are always done. But in the business world, things change.
Now, so our business, so
when things change, you must be willing to change with things. I think over the past 11 years, I've had like 6 different bosses.
11 years our edumono when ya mpenimfo be ye nsia.
And human beings are different.
Na nipa da sani dia ya da tronko.
So every boss has his way of doing things.
Eno ti peni bia wo kwan a ofa so edi ye ne duma.
When a new boss comes, you don't say, this is how we used to do it for our previous boss, so you continue that way. No.
Se peni bi ba, omo kan che ni se peni na ofri ha no, se dia oni ye tinye, omo kan ni sa.
You quickly have to learn how to work with your new boss.
I was say, usua se dia woni nipa foforo no so be ye duma.
Maybe after 2 years, you will leave.
Ebia fi mienu nti no obeko
A new one will come.
foforo so beba.
And start the process all over again.
Na masa ahye duma na si bio.
But it's important that you remain flexible.
And yes, abri biara obeye flexible.
Because companies are actually looking for people who are flexible and adaptable.
E say company na bebre no perform we flexible.
The reason that is important is because if they know that I'm easy to adjust, I'm adaptable.
Say ayem mremo se obeye adjust.
Then they know that they can easily push me to places that I'm not very comfortable with. But somebody has to be there to get the work done.
Obewo say ye betumi eni wa ko bebi a wonim hwiwa ho na so e wo se wo ko e se obi hia so obeye adwuma e wo.
So it's very important that when you start working, don't just remain focused on what they employ you to do.
Nye wo hia ye pa ni se wo ko adwuma ma men ka se ya jimi atu hanti ahapa e na me ye adwuma wo.
You must always look for new opportunities to add value to
I was say abri bia wo hwe akonya foforo so obesua bibi aka nia wo no.
And it's not always that you go to school to go and learn a new thing. No.
Enye abri bia na obekọ school so kwakosua nyama foforo there be.
Sometimes right on the job opportunities come. They need
And so the bia edwuma no mu ano akonya ne ba say ye obi ama na ye edwuma we.
You volunteer to do it.
I was say o tu hu si o se meye.
Another thing that we need to learn
Foforo so I was say yesua ne say
in the working environment, I earlier on stated that the Bible says that whatever your hands find to do it as for the Lord.
Bible ma yeti ase say bibi biara obe hu se obeye bibi no ye hye urade die nimonyam.
Sometimes when the job or the work is not for ourselves,
And so the bia say edwuma ne enye yankasa ye dia.
we treat it like it's not for us.
Ye yet to say enye ye dia.
Especially when you are working for the government.
Titulu say ye edwuma amai omai na.
No, that is so wrong.
Enye onu enye.
For instance, they pay you to work from 8 to 5 p.m.
Ye tio ka say ye edwuma no wo twekop no enum.
You decide to work from 8 to 1 o'clock and you close.
Wa sinipise me ye edwuma bi 8 1 na mapon.
Nobody is checking.
Obi ani wa ohwe ye so.
In reality, you are stealing.
Wo ruya no.
Because they are paying you for work you are not doing.
Esa say ye tio ka wo edwuma wo nye rehu.
And that does not in any way glorify God.
En hye urade die nimonyam.
You find some people, they will not close at 1 o'clock. They will be there from 8 to 5, but they will not push themselves to give their all.
Obe hu nkofo bi no. Omo dia omo nko, omo so edwuma no omo nye, omo ti ho keke.
That also does not glorify God.
Omo so hye urade die nimonyam.
When you read the account of Genesis, when God was creating,
Se wo ka Genesis abra Nyankopon ayabo nyama no.
after every day when he finished creating something, Bible said that he looked at what he has created and he saw that it was good.
Bible ma yeti asese se Nyankopon bo ade ni nyina wi a da kru bi obe wi na dwuma no otena se ohwe se aniama boy eye.
So when you go to work and you stay from 8 to 5 and you don't push yourself, ask yourself, can you look at the work you have done and say it is good?
Eno ti se wo ko edwuma 8 o'clock. Now 5 o'clock. Now one fa atinka bi afa nye edwuma. Obetumi atena se ahwe se niam ye no eye ama.
So it's important that when you go to work, push yourself.
Ewu hia se wo ko edwuma pray na ye bibi.
But more than that, you must learn to sacrifice for the work.
I was usua senia wo de ho be afore ama wadwuma.
When people cry for salary increment, when I employ you, I say I'll work you from you work from 8 to 5. You do X and you do it and I pay you. You have done your job, I've paid you. Why?
Abra owo edwumem na so ojo wo edwumem na so see edwuma fi 8 copy 5 5 no bo abetua wo ka na se wo ya 5 no bo obetua wo ka.
So you've done your job, I've paid you.
Why you wo edwuma onu so etua wo ka?
Why are you crying for increment?
Adenti e na wo so se ye ntu wa ketue.
And then why are you asking me for promotion?
Adenti na o bisa me se me mbo wa.
Companies are looking to promote people who are willing to sacrifice.
Edwuma mu no ye hwehwe nkofo a omo pese omo tu omo si wo se omo de omo be ko afori ama edwuma no.
And that's what most people are not willing to do.
Sa jana na nipa bebre na empese ye be ye.
It is not enough to just do your job. You must learn to sacrifice.
And no so say edwuma na wo ye no ono pe na wo be ye e wo se wo sua se nia wo de wo be ko afori.
Unfortunately, a lot of Christians don't like sacrificing for their work because they don't think it's important enough.
Christian for bebre na so mo di omo be bo afori ama edwuma mo ye e say so mo twi se ehu ahia.
And that is dangerous because unbelievers who understand this sacrifice for their work.
Anu ene enye omo je endi no omo nim se ne ye omo di omo be bo afori ama edwuma.
So they sacrifice, they will see them sacrificing, they will keep promoting them.
Omo betumi di omo abo afori o be wo se abribia ye bo omo abaso.
Soon enough, all the people at the top will be unbelievers.
Omo awo enim nyinara omo nye jidefo.
And the Christians, they will be complaining.
Na Christopher mo no omo be tina ho no omo kasa.
But the question is, if an unbeliever is at the top, why do you think that he should make policies to favor you who is a Christian?
Asemi se anjendifo e no mo di wanima ebeye dia no maku ama wo ye Christo ni se ye mbo wo so abaso.
Why should he care?
Adenti na ebe fani ho.
So this is why it's important to God that wherever you find yourself, do your work as unto God.
Enunti na ewu hia ma Yankopon ma ye se bebi biara obe hu ho no prina ye dwuma shewra didi animonyam.
Because God puts you there so that you distinguish yourself, you find yourself at the top and can make decisions that will favor his kingdom and his people.
Esesa Yankopon di wusi wo se ye dwuma na ye mbo wa baso na fashe eradidi animonyam.
It's interesting to realize in the book of Isaiah that the Bible says that when Jesus Christ comes, the government will be upon his shoulders. The government, not the church only, the government will be on his shoulders. Now, what is this? When Christ comes. So, what is government? Today, when you look at politics, a lot of Christians don't even want to get involved in politics because politics is a dirty game.
Nipa bebre na pese omodi omo be hye amanyose be sense eye edwuma bi ehu eye fi.
But politics is work.
Politics no eye edwuma.
And if Christians are not doing that work,
says Christopher enye sa edwuma ni bia.
Those who are supposed to make the policies that will govern all of us.
Omo se omo eye mrana epo ye nyina no.
Why do you think that the church will have a future?
Obede ewu se asafo no ewo enisuade hu.
So it's important that we deceive ourselves. We learn to sacrifice wherever you find yourself.
Ewu yen se ye di ye ho bebo afore ewo bebi biara ye be hu ye ho.
Especially when the work you are doing is not for you.
Titiru se edwuma na wo ye enye wakasa wo edwuma.
Because according to the Bible, if you cannot be diligent if somebody's own, you cannot be trusted if your own.
Bible mo no sa want to me ehwe obedience ye sa na want to me hwe wakasa wo die so ye.
So as youths, you need to understand that
enunti say ye mmebunu o say ye ti asia say
it's important for us to work.
Ewu hia say ye be ye edwuma.
As we mentioned from the very beginning, all work has honor.
Senya ye di kai ye ewo ahyase no edwuma bia ebuo ewo ho.
And you have to understand that life is in phases.
Ewo say wo say abrabo no eye aprapre.
So where you are now is not where you will end up.
Baby, I was a no, and yet a hot and never you.
The truth of the matter is that where God is taking you, you may not even be aware.
No granny said, baby, and Uncle Papa said, on you bedroom, no, who poor him.
It may not even look anything like where you are right now.
I'm sure baby, I was a seer.
But it's important that you do something.
Now, so a 1 year, sir, obey your baby.
So, what do you do when you finish school as a petroleum engineer and there's no job?
Dear, now obey a brown year school, our year petroleum engineer, no, and you may be anyone, dear, and obey.
But the jobs are there, but you keep applying, nobody's picking you.
What they will let her echo you may be brain now, so obey and frown.
I remember when I finished national service, for 2 years I was still there because
okay, sir, I brought here national service, no, if you're mentioning in a no OTPA.
after the applications you wrote it to.
Application here, or much robbery.
Aptitude test there, you go and write aptitude test.
Or control and social debris.
But the doors were just not open.
Now, so I can't Emma.
So do you just sit in the house?
Obetina fiesta again.
No, you do something.
There be obey your baby.
Luckily for me, I found myself working in a higher purchase firm.
Oh, who say, oh, yeah, a juma, I will be a so.
Something very different from what I studied and what I wanted to do.
I did be a just so continue. Oh, I said, obey no.
But you'll be surprised that I learned so much from that experience.
I bet you one say, oh, see, I never be pray every home.
See, sometimes the mistake we make when we finish school and get a certificate is that we think the certificate is what to qualify us to do well in the job.
I told the pian from so ya say, ye school among my certificate na ye kitano, and one there was a ye eduma.
Most of the time, the certificate does not give any advantage because there are so many people who have the same certificate.
I told the pian certificate na kitano, and mouse aquanyano, a sense you have a brain now or what the ample and when you chew.
One of the important things you learn is your social skills.
I tell back what I was saying, yes, send your one cassa away,
How you interact with people.
send your one in Papa Dinky.
That's one of the things I learned working in that high purchase firm.
And no, I did back what was share or baby or ye tomorrow.
As you move from place to place doing deliveries, you meet all kinds of people.
Send ya a ye Juma, a ye deliveries bebreno, almost share bebre.
You meet people who are nice, people who are smiling, people who are angry, who talk to you anyhow because
almost share profile, a bit almost say, a bit muna, a bit cassa chiro, send your piara.
because they see you, this small boy doing deliveries.
A sense of who said, who are collecting to away and now we are deliveries now.
But you learn from those kind of experiences to view life differently.
Now, so who share a different sign of man in answer, over 2 points our bravo.
When you find yourself in a corporate environment, you still see people who treat you like that.
So, who our environment, Bilma, Obe Unquafubia, Omo treat you, sir.
But you've already learned how to handle situations like that.
Now, so when the car is here at your water.
Another thing that's very important for everybody to learn
I did back when we hear Yema, Yenny now say, what say yes, you say.
to market yourself.
Sir, oh, bet down weighty.
The
Oh,
truth,
bet down, so bet down weighty.
the truth of the matter is that whether you are good at your job or not is not important. The truth of the matter is that
The granny said,
whether you are good at your job or not,
so a Jumana, we are the year, and that's a woman you.
sometimes it's not very important.
I told you, be a woman here.
What is very important is that
I didn't want hear any say.
those who make decisions see you as somebody who is good at your job.
Almost see the pino, almost say, oh, yeah, I want a Juma way.
So you find people in the corporate environment who are very good technically. They do their job, they do it very well.
And until we won't go for more, oh, yeah, Juma, no, yeah, the year so.
But they don't know how to sell themselves.
Now, so I'm going to send you, oh,
So year after year, they remain the same place.
baby, one no more.
And you find people who are okay, they also do their job, but not as good as you, but they know how to sell themselves.
Now, so we are Muswa, or when you made Jumano, or when you chamber for now, so when you send you, or move to me at home.
Those are the people who get all the best opportunities.
Sa nkrofo no mo yo nkrofo a ombenya akwanya papa no mo.
Unless of course God intervenes.
Yeah. She said onyankopon ebe.
So it's important that as you are growing up,
Enuti ewu yen say abra ye enyi no.
as you are in school,
Abra ye wo school no.
learn to sell yourself.
Yensua senya ye beton ye ho.
Learn to showcase what you can do.
Yensua senya yensua nia wo betumi aye no yensua na yenton.
I'm not saying you should be proud and be showing off.
Ye onka say yenye ahomaso wo.
But learn how to bring the abilities or capacities to the forefront that people can see it.
Na mo sua senya ya wo be yema nkrofo ewu.
So another thing which is very important in the work environment
Ade ba ko ehunia ewo adwuma mu ni say
is for us to all come to the place of always developing ourselves.
Eye bebi a ye nyina abribia ye ba ho say ye betu ye ho mpon.
Sometimes you are good, you can sell yourself, you can do all those things, but
Eto de bia wo ye wo betumi apon ho wo betumi aye ade ahodo bebre na so
doing the same thing over and over again does not qualify you necessarily for the next level.
se wo ye sa de ne ye no mase wo ye qualify ye betumi apo abaso akọ bebi foforo.
So maybe you are a technician
Bia wo ye technician
and you work with a team of technicians.
na oni technician ekuo mu bi ene ye adwuma.
If you are very good at your technician job, you can do the same thing for 10 years.
Se wo ye awo sa adwuma no ma wo betumi aye efi edu.
But if you want to become a supervisor,
Now so person wo ye supervisor.
then as a supervisor, you're not just required to be good at your technician job.
Se wo person wo ye supervisor no enye bebi a wo ye wo no enye hope ene wo se wo bewo.
Maybe you are not required to manage other technicians.
Bia ya ma wo akwanya ni se hwe technician foforo mo so.
Maybe now you're the one required to go and look for the jobs.
Bia wo ena ya ma wo akwanya ni se ohwehwe adwuma ni bra.
So the question is, for the 10 years that you are doing the same thing,
Asembisa ni se efie du na sa adwuma na wo ye no.
what have you done to add value to yourself to demonstrate that you can manage other people?
Die na wesua bio se wo di mputuo beba wo mu se wo betumi aye nia ye di mo se koye.
What have you done to demonstrate that when you become a supervisor, you can look for contracts for the company?
Die na wo ye se wo be ye supervisor wo betumi akwa kwahwehwe adwuma abre adwuma no.
So it's important that don't get comfortable with what you are doing.
Eno ti wo ye ye pa se nia wo ni mu ye no me ka se ono asomani.
Strive to always add value to yourself.
Wo mo di se abri biara no wo besua bibi aka wo de ho.
I see the same thing in my workplace. You see people who started at a very low level.
Owu sa de na ewo na adwuma owu se obinum ahyase ewo bebi a esua.
Maybe because they didn't have the required qualifications to do what they wanted to do.
Bia qualification na omo no mase omo benya akwanya akonkan bio.
But after 10 years, we are all at the same level.
If you do echi nyina omo nyinara omo wo fa akon.
Because they took the time to add more value to themselves.
Esense omo nya akwanya no esua ade foforo aka ne omo nyimo.
I think the final thing I need to add is, we have been talking about work, but
Ya kasafa edwuma ho.
sometimes the truth is that if you're not careful, your work can take the place of God.
Yeah.
Eto de bisama hwe wo so ya edwuma wo ya ewo edwuma no ebetumi ayu afri Nyankopon nche.
I said we should sacrifice for our work,
Ase yambo afori ema ye edwuma.
but we must also make sure that in all the sacrifice, our relationship to God is not sacrificed.
Ewo se ye hu ono so se afu ye se ye betu ye hu esi wo ye hu akofori nyina no you every Nyankopon nche.
And even more importantly, it's important that as you are doing your work,
Ye ehia ni se abra wakasa wo ye wedwuma no.
you do it in such a way that people can actually see that this one is a Christian.
Ewo se wo ye mankofo hu se ipa asemasi oye Kristoni.
You can demonstrate Christ's behavior in the way you live with people.
Senya wo ni nkofo te no ewo se wo ma Kristo su ene ni ba eje di ema omo hu se wo ye Kristo.
way you talk,
Senya wo
the
kasa.
way you dress,
Senya wo siesie wo.
the way you react when things are not going in your favor.
Senya wo ye senyama enko ye emma wa.
You may not know, but people are always watching.
Woni mo aprepare nkofo eni ewo wo.
And with time, people begin to take notice that this one is different.
Na ekoso sa nkofo be hu se nipa we no oye different.
Yes.
So let's make sure that whatever we do it as unto the Lord.
Enu ti ye hwe so ye pa se nya ye be ye bia no ye hye urade die ni monyam.
And we demonstrate Christ.
Na ye da Kristo edi entre amai.
So I think at this point I'll pause. If you have any questions or anything that you want to ask.
Samre odi the church na be si ha na se ye wo asemi se bia na fa emra.
Get out for